Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. My name is Neogeo and today I'm doing a preview of the Neogeo Arcade Collection 1 for the Evercade. For a little preamble, my experience of Neogeo is pretty limited. There's something I'd heard of back in the day and they looked cool, but I never played one, and not in the arcade or in home. Obviously they're rather expensive. I never saw them on sale anywhere. As for the arcade machines, in the UK, I lived near somewhere where we had a massive Sega park. All the new Capcoms and Konami games and things like that. I don't think I ever saw a Neogeo game there. Well, I saw Windjammers. That's Data East, but it's using Neogeo hardware. But I can't think of any other titles that I saw. Aside from that, back in the SNES and Mega Drive days, I was familiar with Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, and I played the ports of those onto the Mega Drive and Super Nintendo. Oh, and World Heroes and things like that. They basically felt like also-rans. They're trying to do Street Fighter, but failed. They were good, but not great. Better than some of the other knockoffs, but they weren't particularly good. I know that obviously they were reduced ports and things, but I would much rather have played Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Fighters History. Although I did play quite a bit of World Heroes 2 with my brother. But anyway, since then I did play one of the King of the Fighters games. I think it's a port on the PlayStation maybe, and didn't really give it the time of day. I didn't think it was that good, but also at that time, fighting games had progressed on to Tekken and things, so I was more into those. In more recent years, I have played Garou Mark of the Wolves, which is good, and also Metal Slug. I was familiar with those. I have played a few of those over the years, but not to a great degree. I wasn't really into retro gaming at the time. Had a bit of fun with them, but I couldn't really be bothered. So that's largely the point of view I'm coming from when it comes to Neogeo coming to the Evercade. But I am aware there is a large volume of games and some very well regarded games. Anyway, what I've done is I have, dug out most of these games and had a go on them to see what they're like. And I'm going to share those thoughts with you. I wasn't able to find a way to play Ironclad, so that one I've just based on the gameplay footage I've seen, so I might as well start with that one. So my understanding is this was pretty much exclusive to the Neogeo CD, and it's a pretty rare game, which might be why I couldn't find it to play. It's a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up. It looks pretty good, with looks like a mixture of pre-rendered graphics and really good pixel art. Could be wrong on that. It's interesting that it's a top-down view in a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up. That's not very common. Looks like it could be pretty good. I've heard that it's good but not amazing. So I think in terms of it being a rare game and one that's probably less out there and less released and available, I think it's a good addition to it. As for the game itself, well, hopefully it is indeed good. We'll see. Metal Slug is the game I'm most familiar with on this collection. It is a genuinely good run and gun game, absolutely fantastic graphics. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm pretty sure most people know a fair bit about Metal Slug. I've played a little bit of them over the years. I think it's more Metal Slug 3 than any other. I think that's the one I had on my PlayStation, but I can't remember. Anyway, playing it again now. It's a really good game, and I'm sure I'm gonna have an absolute blast, pun intended, when I get the cart. So really pleased this is on there. In terms of recognition, they'd been mad not to include Metal Slug on a cart, really. Shock Troopers is another game that I have played before. Again, just a quick bash on name. It's a pretty good top-down shoot-'em-up, sort of in the vein of Mercs and things. Playing it now really reminded me of Metal Dragon from the Metal Dragon Life of Mars cart, but just better. So good arcade action. Quite happy with this one. Looking forward to playing it more. Magician Lord is a game that I had very much heard of back in the day, and it's one I wanted to play. It looked like my sort of game. I'm into your sort of platform action adventure games, and this one looks pretty good. So having played it, it did seem like it'd be quite fun. With the way you could transform into other forms and get different magical abilities or something, seems like it'd be a pretty good game. Again, I didn't play too much because I wait for when I get the cart, but it's one I'm looking forward to playing. Sengoku is a game I had heard of. I'd heard of Sengoku 3 more. Just people talking about it and saying it's one of the games they liked. When I saw the footage of it, I thought the animation looked a bit stiff. My first impression on playing it is that in some ways it was quite a basic beat 'em up, but kind of fun. But once I realised how the power-ups were working and the various upgrades you get, it became more interesting, although the basic beat 'em up gameplay is, quite basic. The other elements to it seem to really expand on it, so I think it's going to be quite a good fun one to play. Just a bit different from your bog standard beat 'em up. And finally, King of the Fighters 2000. Like I mentioned, I had played some King of the Fighters before and wasn't overly impressed, but wasn't really in the frame of mind to give it a good go. Playing this to get this footage, I've been absolutely loving it. Easily this will be the best beat 'em up on the Evercade or at least on an Evercade cart when this releases. And to be perfectly honest, I think considering that it's a newer game than Street Fighter 2, which is on the EXP and the Capcom Super Pocket, this might actually top that. I mean, not quite so iconic, but being able to play it multiplayer alone is enough to make it, the best. I mean, there's a huge roster of characters, and from what I've played, they do seem quite varied. I mean, the pixel art is absolutely fantastic, the music's decent, the sound effects are impressive. So yeah, I think this is a really good beat 'em up, and I've only just scratched the surface of it, so I'm really looking forward to playing this more. So overall, I think this is going to be a good collection. I was hoping there would be more like 8 to 10 games on it, just because, variety and, getting through some of the Neogeo library, because there is a lot of games for them to put onto carts. But even so, 6 games is solid. It's no different from many other arcade collections, and there's some absolute bangers here. Metal Slug and King of Fighters 2000 are enough to make this a good cart. Shock Troopers, Sengoku and Magician Orb round it out quite nicely. Like I said, I don't know much about Ironclad, and it being a rare game, as I mentioned, I think definitely makes it a good addition to the Evercade. So I think in terms of what they're putting on the cart, they've got the right idea. It'll be interesting to see that what the second Neogeo Arcade collection will include, and also it'll be interesting to see if they do anything with the cart combo unlocks, because with a number of these games there's numerous sequels and versions of games, so maybe some of these sequels or versions that aren't quite as good, the lesser regarded versions in the series, perhaps they could be relegated to a cart combo unlock or something. Even so, I think this has potential to be one of the best arcade carts for the Evercade, and I don't say that lightly. Obviously time will tell, but yeah, on first impressions, this is going to be damn good. And that's why I explained where I was coming from in terms of my experience in Neogeo. That's someone who wasn't really overly interested, who wasn't overly excited about it. Having really spent a little bit of time with these games, I'm definitely excited to play more. Anyway, that's enough for this video, and I will leave out with a silly song to pad this out, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
The battle begins. Skilled warriors, chaos cuts like a knife. Battles rage on, fire lights the dark. Heroes rise, their courage leaves a mark. Bullets sing like the thunderstorms beat. Explosions dance, victory's bittersweet. Victory's bittersweet. Desert sands and frozen skies, Metal Slug heroes charging through the fray. Stand firm, no surrender, come what may. Tank cannons echo the battlefield's tune. Metal Slug, death could come too soon. The captives grab that flamethrower. Enemy surge. It's not a game, it's war. Jump and duck, the pressure's high. Keep pushing forward. Heroes never die. Rocket blasts and melee strikes, hitting bosses where it bites. Metal Slug heroes charging through the fray. Stand firm, no surrender, come what may. Tank cannons echo the battlefield's tune. Metal Slug, death could come too soon. Every life, every shot, closer every time. The grit, the grind, it's a rhythm, a rhyme. From the trenches in through the fray, Metal Slug wins the day. Metal Slug heroes charging through the fray. Stand firm, no surrender, come